folks. Come on in. We are talking all things going live. Feel free to come in, ask questions. Let me know if you are live and go live with confidence and ease, friends. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you all joining. We're going to get started in just a few moments. Thank you so much for supporting the live stream. We're going to get started in just a minute. We're going to go live on TikTok. So I appreciate you all being here. We're going live on TikTok and we're going live. It helps to build community. So I appreciate you all joining. Um, hello. Appreciate everybody joining. Thank you so much for coming in. We're going to get started in just a few minutes. Let me know if you have any questions. This is my 4 o'clock live. I went live for 3 hours earlier, so I have to run. I have mommy duty tonight. So I have to run and leave a little early. So I won't be able to stay super long. It's going to be a hot 1 hour, maybe an hour and 15 minutes that I'll be able to stay live because I should have started about 15 minutes ago. And then I could have done 90, but nevertheless, we'll get through this. So I appreciate you all coming through. We're gonna get started in just a few minutes. I'm gonna go live. TikTok live, TikTok live. We are live on TikTok. We are live. We are talking all things going live. Live streaming tips come in. Let me know my new friends. My if you're a beginner friendly tips to help you go live. So come in, ask questions. I want to support you in your live stream. Come in, ask questions on how to go live. We're going to talk about all things going live. Hey, Elle. Thank you so much, friend, for being here. Appreciate you coming in. We're talking about how to go live. We're talking about live streaming tips. Feel free to come in, ask questions. My new friends, I want to make sure you are getting what you need. So we're going to talk about 4 things you must do before you go live. So these are beginner-friendly tips. I want you guys to know how to start your live, how to get it going, how to be successful in your live stream. One of the tips that you need to know is to have a board. Got to have a board that has a call to action. This is your hook. This is what you're doing. You're hooking folks in. So make sure you have a good board on your screen. That is a must do. And don't put an image. Just let me be clear about that. There's a difference between a board and a camera image. Your image, you have to go from your camera roll and put up. Don't do that. So, boards. That's the one thing we're going to talk about in a little bit. I just want to make sure people know that. Appreciate you all coming through. So we'll talk more about this, but this is something you want to do for your live stream to kind of do before you go live. So we're going to talk about some other things you must do. Right now we are tapping, we are getting our room activated. Come on in and ask questions and start the tapping. How you doing? Hello, follows you from Halicu's live. Welcome, Nikki. Welcome. Thank you for coming through. Halicu. So Halicu and I, she came to my live at 10. She's an agency. And I what I said is that she has an image. She doesn't have a board. She had her image up. And so she added a board and that was a difference maker. It was a difference maker. And so I just wanted to make sure I said that, hey, becoming okay. Welcome to the room, friend. How you doing? Welcome to the room. So what we're going to talk about is the 4 things you must do before you go live. Okay, so this is going live. If you and I want to underline, if I could underline must do, that's what I would tell you. So how like you had a successful live, and what's happened is that I've noticed some things that people have been doing across the agency, and I see when people's views dip, um, or their views are not going up at all. And a lot of times you don't know your views aren't going up because you are you're new. So some people are new and they're still going and they're getting their room going. And it's something about, okay, I don't know. You don't know what you don't know. You don't know what a higher viewed room would look like. And a lot of times there's things that we're doing that is suppressing our views. And TikTok won't let your room go higher than that. Sometimes you'll notice it. Sometimes it's just something you just notice. You're like, you know what, my room won't go a little bit over, 10, 15, 20. You're like, it never goes over that. And I have that issue too. And so what I've been able to do is kind of identify some things that are kind of problematic. And a lot of it is that TikTok wants you to use the boards here. However, it's about how you use them. And I think a lot of us are trying to be creative with like camera roll images and these other things that we're doing, and that unfortunately is suppressing your views. TikTok is suppressing your views. So we've been talking about that a little bit more, but a board is a difference maker. So you have to have a board. Hey, Halleck. Hey, friend. Hey, Nene, how are you, friend? Welcome to the room. If you're new to my room, feel free to like. You said, Doc, OMG. Oh my gosh. Halleck, I'm sorry. Hey, what can I say? You are so right. Oh my gosh. I love hearing that. Let me know. Let me know if you have a time to come up for a little bit. It'll be helpful for other people to hear what you just experienced. Maybe that'll be helpful for people to know in the room. If you're new to the room, put new in the chat. I was mad about making the board too. It didn't look right. I made it in a hurry and look. Oh my gosh. You said new here. Hey Amy, how you doing? Others coming in the room. I appreciate you all being here. We're doing our we're liking the live. Alex, you're so funny. Alex said, I did this board begrudgingly. Good. I'm doing well, friend. So we're gonna talk about the things you must do before you go live. And I said, number one is about that bag. Thank you so much for the no, I appreciate your friend. And so what I talk about, because this is actually interesting. I'm I get kind of the bird's eye view as some of my creators live streams, and I've now gotten a little bit, I guess I have more awareness about what TikTok is doing. You know what I'm saying? So what's happening? Like I'm like, TikTok, I see you. So and this actually has been the difference maker. It's the board. It really is. And so it's about your board. Your board needs to have value. It needs to have value where people kind of know what they should expect when they come in your room. So value is important, and it really is based on your audience, who you're trying to target. The other thing you want to have is some kind of curiosity. Think about how you're saying things. What's that thing that's drawing people in? Like, how are you making them curious about your topic? And then the other thing you want to pay attention to is if you create a challenge. TikTok is really pushing the whole challenge concept too. So this is something else you need to be aware of. But they are pushing the concept of challenging people and just the whole notion of challenge campaigns and live rooms that have a challenge component to it. So just keep that in mind. That's a little bit of the way there that you're hooking people in. So think about your hook. Is your background real or green screen? Oh, that's so cute. Like it's real. It's actually real. I say that's cute because I've heard multiple people ask that question. I'm like, that's funny. It looks. I guess for you guys, it looks fake. It doesn't look fake to me because I know it's real. So I was like, oh, it's real to me. But no, but that's cute. But yes, it is real. It's the light. It's the light here and the light back there. I guess gives the illusion like I'm on a green screen or something. But no, it's real. How many words on the board? It is about what your messaging is. So I don't know if there's really a true limit on how many a word count limit. Well, let me take that back. There is a word count limit on how many characters you can have. So that is true. Um, this upper board is the word count limit because I remember I got to the limit and I had to reword some stuff. So whatever this is, what is that, like 20, 25 characters, something like that, maybe 30. That's the count limit. And then underneath is fine. But yeah, there is a word count limit on what you can put on the board. So I'm very close to it on the top, on the yellow part. Um, it's the Florida look. Is it? It is. It's the Florida look. It looks very Floridian, huh? Wow, so pretty. You're welcome. Thank you for that. And I do have the lights. I'll pin stuff a little later. We'll talk. Q, I see where you messaged to come up. I'm gonna let Q come up and talk. And just so that you guys know, I do have a shorter live I'm doing today because of I'm on mommy duty. My husband had a meeting tonight, so I can't stay long. Hey, Q. So funny. Oh, nice.
like, I could offer like 10% off on other platforms, and stuff like
Right,
if you have
right.
a link. But I really like me on a dot. I was mad trying to make that, trying to like, and it said I could put my own graphic on it. So I was like, I was trying to figure out how to do that. And I was like, how, but Doc, can I just say, you, um, and I'm so sorry for, I have squirrel brain, so I'm gonna be going all over the place. But like, the reason I love your mindset conversations is because I feel like I do a lot of mindset conversation, but you were the only person that can give me a mindset conversation. How do I say this? I don't want to sound like a snob, but like it's like really smart and it really speaks to me. And I know that you know exactly what I'm talking about. And I know you're smart because you're a real doctor. And like
Right.
I get, you know what I mean? Like you just never led me wrong. And I'm just like, well, let me darn it if she does it. And I was feeling a little down because I've seen other creators. I'm not gonna say any names, but I did have a little green monster kind of bubble up in my heart like a week ago. And whenever that happens, I really have to stop and I have to do some deep diving, right? Because I'm an adult now, so I can't be blaming other people or be like people are haters and da 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 da. And I'm like, why am I not growing the way I want to grow? I know the app is challenging and it's glitchy, so I really needed, like, not only have I needed the mindset, but then you just giving me an assignment to do and see if it worked, and it worked freaking immediately. And I was worried about not turning on that shopping cart. Filling that shopping cart was taking up way too much of my time. It would take up like 15 minutes. So part of me was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. I bet, and it took a while for people to come into the room. Dot over 100. Well, actually, you have all the info. Dot over
Mhm.
300 likes today, and I had my tapper going, but it wasn't all me. Like I had it turned off. Like
Oh my
I
gosh.
couldn't believe it. That was the most people I think I've ever had in the room in a while. So anyway, thank you for letting me vomit that all over the place. But like, thank you. Y'all listen to everything Doc said.
I was tickled when I saw it. I was like, look at her robe. Look at this robe.
That is it because of what you told me to do. Like it couldn't have been anything other than that. I
It's the
literally
board.
did everything you told me,
It's the
and
board.
I
Yeah.
got started a little dejected and irritated. And dadgum, if like I think more daily hard me is like I'm starting to understand the value of that, and I'm getting ready to launch the sunshine codes. I think I'm gonna do it on subscription. Like that was just
Yeah.
that was such a what do we call it? Like not a small win, but it was so.
It was a huge rant. I'm looking at your analytics. You just said it. Your impressions, and so really quickly, let me just explain impressions. Impressions is how much TikTok pushes you out into the live feed. That's what it means. So it's the impression. So imagine being on a highway and you have like all these cars passing you. So essentially you're getting pushed out in the live feed. Um, you all can see impressions when you in your live. That congratulations page, I believe it's on there, but it's not in your normal analytics. I think it shows up there only. Your impressions is um I mean, literally the highest you've had, but I mean, the highest I've seen for many of the creators. There's a few of us in the agency that get impressions like this. You had
Yeah.
102, well, I might as well round up 103,000. You
That
average in terms of impressions and being pushed out. You average 30,000. That's what you average. Somewhere in anywhere between 20 to 30,000 is what you normally see. And that's
that
because
is
you have your shopping cart on.
God. I
So
know TikTok. It's
103,000 came strictly from your live and your topic.
that is
That's
God.
huge.
What I
That's
really
huge.
that because there's so many. This is why. Okay, so this is why I'm just like y'all. Just I don't know what I talk about. I'm like just follow Dr. Lisa. Just do what she tells you to do. It doesn't matter where you are in your journey. Like you, not because I got to be honest. I was feeling low key not annoyed with myself, but because of prom and getting off, like it's prom, I got to get to graduation. The kids, everybody needs something. Like Coach Dad just got a publisher, so we're super psyched. And I've just been
Nice.
very annoyed. I'm seeing like other people that are my mutuals that I actually like, and we support
Yeah.
each other. But I'm like, what is this about? Is this because they're men? Am I doing something wrong? Am I
Mm.
not
Yeah.
doing
Yeah.
something right? And I know my community deserve better. We deserve to be bigger, and
Yeah.
like, so I just want to say, everybody, like, wherever we are on this creator journey, like, man, you picked the right person to learn from and just listen and trust. And it is hard to find somebody that you can learn from and that you
Yeah.
can trust. And just thank you. That put wind in my sails. Like, I
Oh,
cannot
I was
even
excited for you. I was
express.
like, yes, it worked. Oh, wait a minute. First of all, I was looking at you. I was like, she half listened to me. She did right, but she didn't fully listen. Well, you still had your board up, the image. And I
But
think I would have, but it
the
worked.
board lets you put an image up. You're
I
awesome.
know, but I think
But you think we shouldn't? You think I shouldn't use it?
I was thinking no.
Okay.
Let's okay,
Okay.
okay, let's do this because I mean today worked. Today worked. Now,
Okay.
could it be even more? Maybe.
I bet you I'm gonna get an image off tomorrow and see how it goes. I bet you I'm in an experimental mood. Y'all, let this be a lesson. Don't get married to dang anything on this app. Be like water. Be
True.
ready to
Oh, that's true.
change.
Oh, I love that. Be like water. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I bet you I'm gonna take you. I bet you I'm gonna get back in the homeroom. And I bet you I was like,
So
are you gonna be
I would have taken it off, but again, it worked. So let's see. You could probably put it back on
okay?
if it's similar to what happened today. Hey, put your board, put your image back. It worked. If that's the case. Yeah.
I am color me like tickled, astonished. Um, Thank you, y'all. This is the reason. If anyone is in here that is not yet a member of the agency, like
So
you can think you know what you're doing. Like I like to think I know what I'm doing, and we can just be open and ready to learn. Dr. Lisa will not lead you. I just want to say, like, you ain't led me wrong yet. So I just didn't expect to see such a massive. I don't think
yeah.
I've seen anywhere close to like 80, 75, or 80 people in
Yeah.
there at one time, and it just
Yeah.
I mean, I literally got nervous at one point, and I was like, she was absolutely right. And when the time was right, and later when talking about like black women getting on the mic was right, yeah, then I'll put up the one thing. I don't need to put 30 things, like 50, 60. But the app, it's like TikTok is telling you to do that. So just thank you for that clarity, and thank you. I appreciate that so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I appreciate that, friend. Yeah, I was excited for you. I was truly cheering you on. I was like, yes, it worked.
Oh, no, I
Because
appreciate
we
that
had
so
some
much. And thank
smaller creators that have done it and it worked for them, but obviously, your room has the capacity to be up in the hundreds. I mean, it's easily can be. You're right. It should be like your contemporary. It's no reason why it shouldn't be. And so I'm happy you had that win today. That was
Oh
awesome.
God,
That was
from the
awesome.
bottom of my heart, y'all listen to her. I'm gonna shut up and get down in the homeroom while I make myself upset because I was also. And then, like, can I just say too? Somebody this morning was like, "I don't know what to talk about," or like you. If you can just get on there, y'all, for like 30 minutes to 45 minutes, you will find yourself like me. I have a sick headache because I haven't eaten. I didn't think I was going to be on here so long, but then the energy just starts coming and people start coming into your room and you'll stay on for another 15 minutes, 20 minutes. So just please, y'all, give yourself room and be patient with yourself. Anytime I've ever doubted myself or I let um, the negative stuff start going, or you feel like that little, and I'm a Leo, for me to admit that sometimes like the little green monster gets going like in my heart, or I start, well, what am I doing wrong? Like, I swear Doc swoops in, I get some information. If I can just get myself into homeroom, you give me something that helps me and it teaches me. And I just want to say that I'm gonna stop yapping. But Doc is teaching me how to be the world's best yapper. So with that being said, thank you from the bottom of my heart, Doc. I'm gonna go get something to eat. Y'all, please listen to Doc. You will not go wrong. She will
Oh,
not lead you
thank
wrong.
you.
Thank you from the bottom of my heart,
You're
Doc.
welcome, friend. I appreciate you. All right. Thank you so much, Q. All right, that was awesome. That was a win. And I'll give you guys the backstory. We did get the flash goal. I pinned it, and I should have said something. We have like 10 more minutes to get it done. It is the ice cream cone. So if you guys can support that flash goal, let me see if it'll let me pin it. Yes. So 14 ice cream cones. If you don't mind supporting, that would be I would greatly appreciate it, friends. Thank you so much for supporting that flash goal. 14 people, 14 different accounts. So if you can support that, let me we achieved it. Oh, look at y'all. Y'all. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, I was like, we own it. All right. Thank you so much. You have a few questions about Go Live. He's like, I have several questions. I hear you, Frank. Give me 1 second. We on fire today, ain't we? We are on fire. So here, let me recap what just happened. We said I got you. Appreciate you. Um, so the conversation started with this board. This is called a board under TikTok settings. TikTok is pushing out the boards. So your board really, and I told you there's like three things you want to pay attention to your board. Your board needs to either add value. So a real basic board about, something basic that you do, that's kind of blah. You want to make sure people are coming in, you're trying to stop the scroll. You don't want them to scroll by. You want to stop. You want to hook them. So this should be a hook. This should make people want to stop and look at what you're doing. He said, I missed you and Halleck. I'm recapping now, Coach Rhonda. So what happened today at my 10 o'clock, if you guys weren't here for it, what I've been seeing and noticing is that a lot of our creators, I think people are trying to be really creative with this. And the way TikTok has set up the new board feature, you can add a background. Okay. So you can add a background image. I'm seeing that TikTok is actually not in favor of the background images. I think we've gotten a little too creative. I think we've gotten a little too expressive. Thank you so much for that, friend. Um, and I think it is confusing the algorithm, and TikTok in turn is suppressing views. So you're not getting pushed out the way you should be and the way some of our rooms deserve to be. And so we're not being seen by our target audiences. And so it's a combination of what did you write on your board and what image did you put on your board? You said everyone's so creative. I know. They're like, I'm just gonna put everything there. And so a lot of people are using images from their camera roll, maybe it's your logo, maybe it's some other things you're using, and as a result, it is suppressing your views. All right. So Holly Q had her sticker. What she had was an image. It was an image from her camera roll, and that was her her banner, her message on the screen. She didn't have words like this. She didn't have a traditional board. She just had a sticker. Beautiful sticker, well done for all intents purposes. Shouldn't have been a problem. But because I've noticed other creators doing this, I said, "Hey, Holly Q, do me a favor and take your sticker off. Don't use your sticker. Just put a regular board." And essentially, that's what she did. Although she did the combination, she did a little bit of a variation of it. So she did the combination. But even that simple change of adding her board, you said I don't know how to make a board. I'll talk. How do you make it? I'm going to show you guys how to make it. I'll actually show you. I'll do a show and tell today. So that simple change made all the difference. So what she traditionally did, I said, do a board, take what you've been doing, your sticker off, and also take off your shopping cart. Okay, so that was the other thing. So she turned off her shopping cart. She added her board. Her shopping cart would push people in her room. So she would average maybe 50 people in the room, and it would go up and down between 30 to, it might get as high as 60, 30 to 60 people just because of the shopping cart. So people were coming in, but not necessarily her target audience, but people were coming in because of some of the products she was promoting, like the microphone. The microphone here. This is actually the microphone she was talking about. So it actually is this one. And so she was promoting that, and people would come in for the microphone, but not her message necessarily. Some people would stay, some people wouldn't. Um, and so her room would just go up and down. And I was like, I think it's the board. So she changed her messaging to her target audience in the conversation she's having, and that was the board. And then she also had her bigger banner sticker up as well. Hey, Janae, and that was fine. Like I said, I would challenge her to take it off and just see if it has a different impact tomorrow, and so just use the board by itself. The So what she did that, and then her room, I think it had a little slow of a climb, but ultimately it got up well over 100, and I want to say over 150 or so, had sat in her room for quite some time. And then I think at one point she averaged about 80 people in the room. And so that's, like she said, that's the highest she's seen in quite some time. And her impressions were super high. Like I said, it was over 100K in terms of how she was being pushed out in the feed. And so the board is important. It's really important in terms of what you're messaging. Play around with a couple different hooks. These are hooks, hooking people in. I'll get some people who will come in like earlier today. It was like, "Hey, did you get through your numbers yet? What number? Did you get to number 4 yet? What's number 4?" And so people do that depending on how you write up your board, you know? He said, "What was the topic about for her live?" How cute. Well, her live is focused on the 92% of primarily black women who vote. And essentially we make up the voting block for democratic elections. And so understanding that there's a way that we need to now rethink our approach to democracy and what we're doing. And so she does that beautifully. You know, her live is just very energetic, engaging, all the things. So definitely connect with her. Haliki, are you in the room still? Let me know if you're still here, friend. I'll ping you. Put your live time and topic in the chat for us if you don't mind. Did I say that correctly? I felt like I said it correctly, but I'm not sure. Helica's like, Doc, you know what my tagline is. But yeah, she has a great live. So if you get a chance, I don't know if she's still in the room. It's you said it's a really good live. It is. It is. Um, and so just get a chance to get there if that's something of interest to you. Love her lives. Yes, 92% in the house. Perfectly explained. All right, friend. When do you go live next? I know this has been like a busy season. Her baby girl is graduating, and prom and graduation, all that stuff is happening. So she's been pretty busy. But obviously her live community is on her mind. So she's trying to figure out what next. And I know her room has the capacity to do great. I mean, her style, her energy, her room setup, I mean, she should be one of our premier influencers on this app. And so just recognizing those tweaks like that you can make and take it to the next level. So I'm excited for you, friend. This is like the new beginnings for you. Other other things so board is key. If I was to make so let me say this. Anybody in the agency, if we have not met, and I'm putting myself out here because you guys know I'm always an open book and I'm always available. But I want you to stop and say, have we met in the month of April or May? If we have not met and done a one-on-one, I think I'm talking to a few of y'all in the room. It's time for us to meet. So I would say let's schedule a one-on-one. Let's get it scheduled. Let's get it done and let's talk because there's a few of you, and I don't get a chance to like tap people all the time, but there's a few of you who I would love to talk to about your live. And noting no, you said that's me. Noting that I see stuff, but I don't get a chance to always say stuff. So just know I see y'all. So, and if I see you and if I can give you some direct guidance and advice, I want to be able to do that for you. Lighting, there's a few creators I would say your light has to change. What you're doing for lighting has to change. I'm going to say that out loud because I don't know who's in the room hearing. But if you are looking at your room and thinking about, okay, how do I draw? TikTok is really big on lighting, so I'm gonna say how to make an appointment again. You have to be in the school community. Have you been in a school community? Um, becoming okay? Let me know. I'm wondering if you're even in the school community. Do me a favor, message me here. Send me an inbox message. This is Service Plus. Send me an inbox message and let me know. The school community is where you go for the agency meetings. That's where you would go for the agency meetings, not the one-on-ones for general one-on-ones, general consultations. But yeah, the agency meetings is what I'm talking about. So let's see. So you said you said, can I come by your live tonight? I have to see what my schedule is. I know tonight is probably gonna be really bad because I have Carol's meeting I have to go to. Wow, that was the positive redirection I needed. Let me set up my one-on-one. Okay. Hey, spiritual, how are you, friend? So I say that because I want you guys to make sure you're getting as much support and guidance as possible. And if, like I said, if we have not met, let's talk. Because like I said, there's a few of you who I want to make sure we're chatting and talking. I always tell people sound, audio. So the audio, the lighting, the topics, the board, your internet connectivity, updating your app. If you're sitting here and you did not update your app in the last 24 hours, there's an app update. Okay. Updating your app is important. The number one thing I'm going to say you must do here, we're going to talk about talking to your target audience and being intentional about how you do that research and doing the research that matters to how people are searching on this app. That's key too. Are you using your phone? I'm on my phone. Yep. Yep, this is my phone. Um, iPhone in particular. Yep. Uh, so let's see. I might have missed a lot of questions. I appreciate all the follows. Thank you all for coming in. I didn't start my live the traditional way because we were talking about the board, and I wanted to make sure I said that. But there usually is a ritual that I do, and I talk about that too. You have to get your room warmed up. Hey, Soda. You have to get your room warmed up. You got to be intentional about the keywords you're saying, even though it may seem like, oh, it's repetitive or whatever. It's a difference maker. It's teaching the algorithm about your topic. It's sending you out to the For You feed. They're pushing you in front of the people who are looking for your topic, your content. You got to know of the different ways to think about your content. So those search terms are going to be important as well. Mic is Bluetooth. Actually, mic is a little bit of a smoke and mirror for you all. The mic I co-stream on YouTube on the YT. And so my YT actually is connected to the microphone. This is actually my phone audio. So you guys are hearing my audio from my actual cell phone. So it is not TikTok. I mean, it's not the microphone. So that's what you guys are seeing. And I do that because of the recording. I want the microphone look. Let's see. How do you get the room warmed up and what does that mean? Okay, your board definitely got my attention. My first attraction was your page followed. Okay, man, appreciate you. I love that. Thank you so much. Um, let me talk about the board. Let me recap the board. I'm gonna show you guys how to create the board, and so that's something you want to pay attention to. And then we'll go into our topic. I have a solid um 45 minutes. I gotta be off the app, definitely by 5. I need to be off the app as early as, probably like 5:50. So so I definitely need to get off soon. So 45, 55 minutes or so. So I say that out loud because we're gonna have to run through some things. So I'm gonna show you guys some things. You guys are gonna ask a lot of questions. And what I'm gonna end up having to do at some point is say, come back tomorrow at 10. I go live twice a day, 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Eastern. I also record. I'm recording this on YouTube. So if there's anything that we talked about or said or I'm showing, you can go back and look at the recording. So that's what I'll tell people who come in and say, "Hey, can you repeat what you just showed with the board?" Just know it's on YouTube. You can go back and watch the recording. I went live for 30 minutes. Awesome, awesome. Congratulations, friends. Those who just came into the room, I appreciate you joining. I started doing Pictionary in the beginning of my live because it won't work after I use the board. Yes, the board also has some glitching going on. So we'll talk about that too so you guys know what to expect. I don't know when they're going to fix it. I have no clue, but it is somewhat of a glitch and it's a little bit of annoyance that you have to deal with it. When I talk about the room warm up, let me just answer that question real quick. Sound effects are in the room too. It's under the wand. So when I talk about the room warm up, when you start your live, you start at the number 3 because it does that countdown 3, 2, 1. As soon as you hit go live, you start talking and talking in almost like little sound bites. You're just saying keywords for the most part or phrases. So I'm doing that when I start my live. I say TikTok live, live streaming tips. Again, these are things that people are searching um, beginner friendly tips, go live, things to do before going live, helping new live hosts, live streaming tips. So I'm saying those things probably for the first minute or two because I want the algorithm to know what I'm talking about. And as I come in, as people are coming into my room, I'm saying hi to them, I'm engaging them, and I'm also asking people to tap my screen. So I like to get us to 1 to 10K likes in the first 10 minutes. I'm gonna repeat this because some of y'all don't do this. I'm just being honest. I'm gonna go fix the board. Be right back. Okay. The board is a difference maker. Those taps, those likes in your room are a difference maker as well. All right. If I can say that, I know some of y'all gonna be like, hey doc, I don't have that many people coming to my room. I don't understand. I'm gonna say, even if it's your backup account, even if it's a few people in the room, try your best to make those likes go up. If you are not getting any likes and you're sitting here talking, it's not helpful. Okay, that's not helping you. All right. Okay, I heard conflicting info on taps. Taps for your room are important. Okay, you heard me say it. I've said it multiple times. I don't know how I can repeat that. but taps are important. Now, you probably shouldn't be tapping your own screen, like just tapping, tapping, tapping. But if you have another account, another device, tapping is helpful. It's not letting me like, it's not letting you like. You have to go out and come back in. It's being glitchy. It has been glitchy lately, y'all. I have to admit that. It's real up and down with the likes sometimes too. So it is a TikTok is extra sometimes, but it is a difference maker. It's a difference maker. I'm just gonna say that. I'm able to tap, you're able to tap. Okay, that's good. It is a difference maker. So just know that. And as you get your room warmed up, TikTok sees people are engaging in your room. Just like the likes matter, the shares, people sharing out the live, that gives you broader exposure. I mean, just overall logic behind that is that other people are sharing out your live. So their recommendation is supporting your live to other people. So again, you're expanding your reach. That's essentially what's happening. Thank you so much, friends. I appreciate you. And so you invite people to share out your live. I haven't said it yet, but if you don't mind sharing out my live, if you click the arrow in the corner, it allows you to share it, repost it. Thank you so much, friend. Add it to your story. You can press down on the middle of the screen on my nose, and that's called a power share. You can share it out that way as well. I talk about therapy. Could I warm up the room? You said I talk about therapy. Warming up the room is the whole likes. The likes, the comments. A lot of people are coming in, they're liking the live. Some people are liking, some people are sharing, some people are commenting back to me. That whole activity is helpful to get you pushed out even more. Okay. I'm sorry, what's the power shares? When you press down on the middle of the screen, um, press down, and you can share out to other people. It's list of people to share it to. So yeah, so that's how you do it. That's called a power share. You sharing it to individuals, all those things help. Thank you so much, Rhonda. I appreciate it. Thank you others who are coming into the room. Let's see. Let me hold on 1 second. My tab is about to end and I just told you guys you can go there and watch. So I want to make sure it works. Okay. So yeah, so thank you all for being here. I appreciate you. Those who are coming in, thank you so much for liking the live, sharing it out. I appreciate the support. Like I said, I started a little different today. You guys didn't see me in my full startup phase. And so thank you all for coming in and supporting the live stream. We got that flash goal. We achieved that pretty quickly, like in 30 seconds. So I appreciate all the support today. So let's go to the board. Let's talk about the board real quick. I'll show that and then we'll get through this lesson pretty quickly. Like I said, I do have a hard stop. I have to pick up my son before his program ends, his aftercare program ends. So here's what I will tell you to do. So if you go to, and let's change the view. So boards is here. So if you go to, I'm just going to click the plus sign here. We're going to go to the live side here. Okay, under the live side, you'll see, let me just show you guys something really quickly. If you're ever looking at the screen and you're like, hey, where's the line? Where's that extra line? You see that arrow right above there? I want you guys to click that. It pops up and there's another row of icons there. So I don't want you guys to miss out on some of the other icons. Please listen about the board. Did you notice the difference since you didn't start your live as you usually do? A little bit. It seemed like it was a little slow of a ramp up, but that's totally fine. And I guess today I'm like, I'm not going to be here my normal length anyway, so I'm trying to rush through it. So I feel like it's totally fine for today. But I did notice a difference. So to answer your question, absolutely. So let's do this because usually we would have shared, we would liked, we've done a lot of things before now. Okay, so under here is settings. Click settings. Under settings, you're going to see the word, hold on. Hold on, wait a minute. TikTok. Okay, there it is. I was like, where's boards? TikTok changed this settings too, y'all. Real quick. I didn't notice this because I hadn't clicked this because I went straight to my icon for boards. A slow ramp up, low key startled me, but man, was it worth it? He's so funny. So here, guys, boards is here. This is new. TikTok just added the board up here. It used to be one of the words. So now it's up here. So check up here, or maybe it's still under the words for you. But that's where you're gonna go. I need to look at this because the layout, the things they have now is in a different order. So that's good to know. So pay attention, you all. It's in a different order now. Okay, so they have this new AI board. You don't have to worry about that. You can click add at the top. general board. This is a general board. The multi-guest board is where you have those panel boxes. One of those could be a board. So that's what the multi-guest represents. So you're going to do general. You're going to click create. Here you have headline, you have background, and you have bullets. Those are kind of those smaller call to action type boards where you might say, hey, like, share, tap, click my service plus, whatever the case might be. So thank you, Fran. Thank you for that daily heart me. So we're just going to click add a headline and we're going to type. So the board I had yesterday, I said go live. Thank you so much, Ebony. Every day. For 14, we'll say days. Um, okay, so, and this little arrow here, you can make it wider, you can make it smaller. It's up to you. Just depends on how you want to do it. Okay, you can change the fonts. They have all these new cute little fonts that you can do. So you can decide what font makes sense to you, and then you can change it to like that little bubble letters like I have here, that outline, depending on what font you want to use. Can be other little fonts that you can have. And then you can change the colors. So we'll use that color. I just click something and we're going to hit done. And then I'm going to go back and add another headline. So I'm just going to hit add again. So it's going to let me do another one. And I'm going to say, like I said on that other board, I said this will happen. And so again, we're creating boards that people are going to stop the scroll for. Okay. So think about your messaging. If you need to run it through the AI, ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, whoever you want to use, run it through that platform, one of those AI platforms, and say, hey, give me 10 hooks for my live stream that will make people stop and engage or ask questions. Okay. And make sure the board has value, curiosity, a challenge, create 10 boards. All right. And so let it run and give you some ideas. And you can say, based on my topic or based on my bio, this is what I talk about in my live streams. Give it some information and let it create boards for you. All right. So come back and see what happens. You said, what did I miss? Can you add your website on your board? No, you cannot. That will get you flagged. No websites, no social media platforms, including the word TikTok. If TikTok is in your board name, I repeat, because there's a few of you with TikTok in your board name. I repeat, remove it. All right. So you heard me say it. Can't say I didn't tell you. Remove TikTok from your board name, all right? Because it is suppressing your views also. So TikTok should not be on your board. No social media, no other platforms. They used to give a warning for that. I don't know if they still do it. I should test it. But let me test it. Let's see what happens. Happen on, we'll say on TikTok. Let's see. Oh, that one I need to change the color. Let me change the color to something else so it can stand out. And then we'll, okay, so let's see what happens. And then we'll see if I get a warning for it. Okay, so I'm gonna hit done. Did it work? It's thinking. Oh, that message popped up. Quick check. It didn't like it. So let me see. It actually says it here. I wish y'all could see that. It's a glare. Gosh, y'all can't see it. Avoid mentioning personal information, pricing, external platforms that might limit your reach. Now, what did I write on that board? The name TikTok. Okay? You cannot do that. All right? That is telling me right now, and it says edit. That's telling me right now it did not like my board. So if you get that message, it didn't like what you wrote. All right? So I'm going to take out the word TikTok and I'm going to hit done. So TikTok's been taken out. I'm going to hit done. And I did not get that message. Okay? Okay. So No websites, no pricing, no social media platforms, including the name TikTok, and no personal identifying information, your name, your phone number, your email. All right. So you guys, you're having images in the background with your name and your pictures and stuff like that. Don't do it. You said, what will happen if you go live 14 days? That's another live topic. I'll talk about that. Hey, I was in your room the other day. You mentioned there was a list of TT has about playing games on live. A list. Y'all said, wow. Um, let me. I don't understand the question. I'm processing. Okay, it was on the screen. Yeah, I know, friend. No, I do that as another live topic. I want to get through this topic today. Let's do this. I'll talk about it tomorrow. So if you want to come back tomorrow, I'll probably have that board up tomorrow. Maybe I might go with this board again today, but because I usually try to run it a couple times to see how it does. Um, 14 days, you get confident, you get more exposure, you get more comfortable, you get more people in your room, you monetize. That's pretty much what happens. There's some strategy I give to that, but ultimately you should improve. Your day one is not like 14. That's what I tell people. It's not letting me tap. TikTok, be nice. TikTok's not letting you tap. Might have to go out and come back in. Okay, I couldn't find it. Fair enough. Hey, Per Mom, welcome. Which agency would be good for me as a beginner? I'm an agency. I'm an agency owner and manager. If you're going live, you can join. If you're not live yet, you can't join. So you got to go live and plan to go live at a minimum of 4 days a week for at least 61 minutes or more. So you were talking about banners people are creating for live backgrounds. Yeah, that's what this is. Uh-huh. So that board is there. I will tell you real quick. So it got approved. We'll go back to the board symbol up here. So it's approved now. That's the board we just created. You could use it. However, don't put it on before you go live. So I'm going to tell you to take this off, start it up once you get into your room, turn it off. The board's gone. Come into your room, click the wand, and then add it. What's been happening lately is that the board has a glitch. It has a glitch on it. And so it is deactivating your sound bar. So when you want to cheer and have the bar right there, you can't use the bar. It does this, it deactivates it. It deactivates a couple other features too, like being able to share the live out, not share the live out, being able to have multi guests and touching their screen and stuff. The drawing game you can't do. There's multiple things that the touchscreen features it seems to deactivate. The wand is under, the sound bar is under the wand. Okay. Sound bar is under the wand. The board, activating the board is under the wand. Any effects are under the wand. The wand is when you see as a live host, you'll see the wand here for you. You guys don't see it. It's actually right where, what is it, the gift gallery or something like that is there. It's right in that same space. Um, I'm trying to figure out what happened to my sound. That's what happened. Your board you turned on before you started the live. You need to turn it off, start your live, click your wand, set your sound bar, turn that on first, then go back to the wand, click the board, and add your board. You add the board after you start the live. That's been the workaround. I'm hopeful it'll get fixed. It's been like this for the last, I'm going to say we're like at the third, fourth week of this kind of nonsense. But that is the problem. So that is the issue. It is the way the board is now somehow impacting those other features. All right, friend, catch you tomorrow. Catch you tomorrow. Um, and people shouldn't use boards with their names or photos promoting courses and others. Absolutely. Don't do it. Don't do those images. Don't do it, people. What's it mean when you says you have 7 messages? Is that how many commented so far? I don't see it. I don't see 7 messages. For who? I don't see what you're talking about. Something on your side? Let me know what you're talking about, friend. I was live. Someone requested to be a co-host. I accepted and I couldn't kick them out. Co-host, you got to click the co-host rings again. And then there's a little door. When you think about it as a door, it's like a rectangle with an arrow. That's what you click to disconnect them. You're not turning off the live, you're disconnecting them. Um, what is number 4? Oh, you're talking about here? Oh, I haven't gotten to this yet. Give me 1 second, friend. I was like, what are you talking about? The board, okay. Taking about a bottle will show more messages coming in. You said taking about, I don't know what that means. Got it. You're welcome. You're welcome. How do you put the board on the screen, the gifts you are requesting? With the gifts you are requesting. With the gifts you are requesting. You're talking about the pinning your gift. That's actually, thank you, friend. That's actually something I was going to talk about. That's part of this conversation. When I have live, there was a little black oval button left that said I had 7 messages. Um, I don't know. Is that number? Is that part of swiping? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you saw. Yeah, it sounds like it might have been TikTok telling you to swipe from left to right, so that you can see the interactive messages. TikTok gives you little cues when you're live, so that's probably what you saw. Hey, Miss Janet, um, is it a good idea to accept requests to join your live when you're a beginner? Not necessarily a good idea. Not always a good idea. Just depends on who's requested. I usually ignore those. I don't accept guests unless it's like people I know, co-host requests that I know. Is it good stuff to know before I go live? Yes, yes. Okay, really quickly, let me go through this because I have about 35 more minutes, maybe 40 at max, that I can do. Do you know how to get the button to pop up if you want people to fill out a form? Um, Service Plus, you're hitting the Service Plus arrow. It looks like this symbol here when you're live. Is that what you're talking about? That's Service Plus. You have to activate Service Plus. Okay. If you swipe, it doesn't block your face. Yeah, it does block your face for a second. Yep. Who wants to, thank you, Florida girl. How you doing? Yes, this is Service Plus. So I do one-on-one coaching, consultations. I am agency, all those things. So if you message me on Service Plus, I'm happy to respond with you where you can meet with me as well. Okay. So let me go through this. I'm going to go through this really quickly. I want to make sure you guys get some tips and strategies, but what we talked about was boards. Make sure you go back to my YouTube, same name, same handle. You can go over there and hear what I shared about the board. So how to do the board. How did you get that message pop up? That's Service Plus. You have to activate Service Plus. So Service Plus, I'll talk about a little bit in number 4. So we'll talk about that in a second. Okay, so these are the things you must do before. So if I could underline the word must in before, that's what I would do. So just keep that in mind. This is before you even press the go live button. These are things you should be talking and thinking about. Really quickly, my people who are live hosts, thank you, Fran, appreciate you. What are some things you do before you press the go live button? What are some of the things you guys do? Put in the chat for me. Anybody want to share? What do you do before you get started? Before you even think about pressing the countdown, 3, 2, 1. What are some of the things you're doing? Fix my hair. Right? I should have said besides praying. Besides praying. I know y'all gonna say that. Post a video. Good. Post a video. I saw that. Jana, prepare in what ways? Content management. Okay, what does that mean? Let us know. Check connections. Good, good. We got another prayer. Clean my camera. That's good. I love that. I love that. Let's see. You told me to create an outline. Outline, yes, we're gonna talk about that. Put my phone on mute. Oh yeah, do not disturb. Mine is on do not disturb. I had to see if I had done it. Posting your story. Ooh, posting your story. Let the people know. Check. Sound check. Yes. Clean my cookies. Okay, I like that. Okay, that's good. That's a new one. Laugh out loud. Clean my camera. Clean my camera. Check internet. That's good. That's good. Well, you got to make sure that Wi-Fi is tight. Okay, add the products I intend to sell. That's good. You got to make sure you're doing shoppable. You got your stuff set up. Lighting, your microphone, the sound check. I love that. I put my items in the shopping cart, clean the phone, and close all other apps. That's good. That's a good tip there. Make sure you don't have a lot of stuff running. You need good sound connection. Post a video, post a video. We talked about that. So that's part of what we talk about here. Turn on my light, put my board. Board is part of your preparation. Plan about
what you're going to talk about. Yes, yes, Rhonda. So we're going to talk through that. That is important, making sure you know what you're talking about. Um, you said prepare the outline. Yes, prepare that outline. Obanka, welcome to the room. If you're promoting something, you want that to be there so TikTok doesn't flag you for spam. If you're promoting something, what you mean in terms of your shopping cart? What do you mean, friend? You're talking about the board? Let me know what you meant by that. Curious to hear your recommendations. All right, all right. I love that. Thank you so much, Makeup by Jess. Welcome to the room. Hey, Kurt, welcome to the room. Thank you so much. Hello from California. Thank you so much for being here, friend. Okay, he says doing a training like that, training live that TikTok has to do that for the time. Gotcha. Hey, friend. Thank you. Set gift goals. There we go. All right. All right. Have a music ready to start. Okay. Okay. Those are all things that you need to think about. Some other things people said earlier that's not on my list, but things you need to think about and do. Age control. If you audience control, if your topic is for someone who's for a more mature audience, it's not for minors. If you're selling something, promoting products, you need to turn on your audience control. So your room is only for 18 years and older. So that's something you do before you start the live. Content disclosure is also something you can turn on before you start the live. You can also get to that under the three dots when you start the live. So just keep that in mind. Audience control, content disclosure are two things you want to turn on. Content disclosure is for your brand. So I just wanted to make sure people knew those are things you might want to think about too. Um, I'm affiliate marketing, so I was told to do that every time. Yes, yep. Sorry, I meant the first time. Gotcha, friend. Okay, not a problem. Hello, good live thing. Hey, friend, I did a good live, did you? All right, I love it. I didn't get a chance to see you, friend, so it was good though. That's good to know. Um, yeah, I'll have to take a look, but I'm happy you were pleased with it. That's the point. You got to be pleased with it. So that's good. Another good one. Well, you didn't know that. Okay. I'm going to know my goal. Know my goal out the park. Okay, okay. That's what I meant. Content disclosure. Yes, content disclosure. So, couple things must do before you're live. So we're gonna kind of skim through this because like I said, I don't have a lot of time. So be patient with me, but also kind of hold your questions. If you unless you got a burning question, let me just stay focused on getting these four things out because I'm gonna show you a couple things, but I want to be able to share as much as I can in the next 20 minutes or so. All right. Um, so I do have a hard stop at like 5:50. Okay. So here's what I will say. Um, when when it comes to number one thing you need to do, you need to know, and we heard people say it, what are you going to talk about in your live? You got to have an outline. If you're pressing that go live button and you're not truly prepared, I would say try to do a little preparation. Make sure you know what you're going to go over, what you think the flow of your live will be so that you can kind of anticipate questions. You can do that engagement. Hey, Harold. And so that way, everybody feels comfortable and confident with coming to your live stream. That preparation is going to really help be the difference maker in terms of people staying in your room, listening to what you're offering. How do you share things and information with them? All that is important. Yes, set the tone. Yep, that's absolutely it. So I tell you to do an outline, but even before you do an outline, you got to know who you're talking to and what they're searching. Who's your target audience? If you think you're here talking to everybody, no, you're not. I say this all the time, and I know it frustrates people because you want your live to be for any and everybody coming through. But at the end of the day, your live is for an audience, and the algorithm needs to know that so they can push your live to the For You feed for those people. Okay. So that's what you're trying to do. It helps me all the time. Absolutely. That outline is important. So you want to know who you're talking to. So as you're talking, I tell people all the time, know the demographic, know the psychographic. That's how they think and feel, and also know their pain points because your live should center around solving a problem for them or either entertaining them or inspiring them. But if you're thinking about your board should be part of that hook, that messaging that's going to help them understand, okay, here's what we're talking about. Okay, so that's part of what you're doing. So for the people in my room, I know many of you are beginners and you're trying to figure out, okay, what should I be doing? How do I get more traffic? How do I get more people in my room? What are the things I must do before going live? So you guys are aspiring or actual live hosts.
Like either you have an interest to do it and you kind of want to know all the things because you guys are like me. You want to be, perfect and have all the answers and the whole little checklist of things you're doing. That's how I am. Or you're the person who's like, you know what, I've been doing this. I need some more guidance and tips, and I've been wondering how to do this and what are some other things I need to be paying attention to. Thank you so much, friend. Appreciate you all. So keep that in mind. So know the demographic, know the psychographic, know the pain points. You can go to AI and ask those questions for your live stream. So if you need to go to ChatGPT, Claude, or any of the other ones, ask it, my live topic is based on this. Who's the target audience? Based on the demographic, psychographic, and pain points of that audience. All right. The other thing I would tell you is go on the home screen for TikTok because TikTok would like to be a search engine. It's more of an engagement app. It's a wannabe search engine. It's still trying to figure that part of it out. But they do have a lot of search content for you, searchable content. And so you want to take advantage of that. So when you go to the home screen, so you're on your profile, click home. At the top is a search bar. Type in a word for your live stream. Earlier, I think I used Coach Chantel. She was in a room and I popped in my mind. She's a yoga instructor. So I used the word yoga. And so with yoga, they had all these different search terms and they were trending up search topics. Okay. These are trending up. So one of it was yoga for beginners. I clicked that. And then it has some sub searches under that. And so she could click under that and use those terms too. That's helpful because then you're going to come here and say those keywords. Hey, friends coming into the room, say those keywords for your topic. You're going to use that, maybe even the search terms that you use for the AI to say, okay, people who are searching on TikTok, these are popular searches. What are some other things I need to be, I should structure my live stream based on these topics. You can ask it for an outline. You can ask it for a script. You can ask it for some additional keywords, you should say. So again, when you start talking, you're saying those keywords and the algorithm is not confused by who you're talking to and what your topic is about. Okay, so keep that in mind. So hopefully that was a gem for you all because I want you guys to make sure you're doing that. That's number one. Know what you're talking about and how you're addressing it for your target audience. It is the same name. Yep, same exact name, friend. Same exact name. Yep. So use the SEO keywords in the live. Yes. yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. SEO is search engine optimization. So she said use those search terms. Absolutely. Yep. Know what I'm talking about for my specific audience, and the board should match. Yes. The board should obviously correlate. The board is a hook. So the board should correlate. So for me, when I started the live, I said, TikTok live streaming tips, go live. That's the only time going live. Beginner friendly tips, new live hosts, and then I think I said things you should do before going live, so I was saying those type of words in my, as my keywords that I was saying, so that's what I would tell you to do. So pay attention to those search terms, use that as a way to understand who you're talking to, what people are searching. So that's number one. Number two, and like I said, this is faster. I would show you guys, hey, Lisa, I would show you guys like examples of it, the search terms and all this other stuff, but I don't have enough time to kind of go really deep into it. But tomorrow I'll probably use the board again and can go a little deeper. Thank you all who are here. Let me know if you have any questions. Don't go off topic. How you doing, Lady T? Thank you so much, y'all. So here's the other thing, really quickly. You got to do a live event. I don't have time to show you a live event, but a live event is how you schedule your live. Is it possible to practice live without being on able to view it? Yes, on my page. If you go to my page, the second video I have pinned, top of my page, is how to switch to what I call a private live, but right above that is a practice mode. So just know you're switching to, you can do a practice mode, which don't give you the recording or any analytics. You're not really live. The private live is where you switch who can view it. So you can change it to a specific account, maybe your backup account or somebody else's account. You can change it to that and then in turn go live and have the recording. You still are live, so you got to make sure you follow the community guidelines and all the rules. But but you'll have the recording you can go back and look at. Always look at your live recordings. If you're not someone looking at your live recordings, start looking at your live recordings so you can see the things that your viewers are seeing. And so then you can make corrective action. So if there's something you're doing that's just part of how you talk during your live, and maybe you're not looking at the camera, or no, or maybe you're like me where you're a hand talker and your hand is all in your face. I would do that in a lot in the beginning. I realized, oh, I got to bring my hands down. I talk too much with my hands in my face. And so I ended up doing the hand heart because of that, because that was part of how I control that compulsion to go like this and talk. So just know, go back and look at your recordings. Um, new niche. You said, is it what you do to tailor about the new niche to put your bio on? Yeah, your bio should be obviously something that's broad enough that people know what your niche is. Yeah, you should have that on in your bio. Sometimes I sound goofy. You're so funny. You said sometimes I sound goofy. Well, again, that may be something where you go back and listen to recordings like, oh, I need to work on how I message that, how I reword that, how I talk about things. Yeah, that's totally fine. This is, I tell you guys, practice makes progress because you don't have to be perfect. That perfect mindset or mentality, you don't have to do that. Just practice, get better, improve. Your first live is not going to be perfect. It shouldn't be. And honestly, to this day, I've been doing lives for almost a year and a half. I'm not perfect. And this app is ever changing. So there's times like this morning when I came in, they had several new features and I was like, oh, this is the first time I'm seeing this stuff. you know, Even when the relocation of the board on the settings screen, that's new. And so you get used to one thing and you're used to saying one thing and then all of a sudden you got to change it up. So that's totally fine. Change is inevitable here. All right. Do you recommend scheduling every live? Okay, I'm sorry. So number 2, schedule your live. Absolutely, absolutely schedule your live. Every one of them. Every one of them. Let the people know you're going live. The beauty of scheduling your lives in advance is that when I end this live, instead of you guys all automatically plopping into someone else's live, you're going to get my register for the next live screen. Okay? That's what's going to happen. That's what should happen. You should get a screen that pops up to say, hey, register for her live tomorrow morning at 10. Because I scheduled it out. So you're going to get that automatic notification, which is good. Kind of keeps you guys remembering me and remembering my live so that you can schedule. Now, if you leave, I don't think you get that. But if I leave, when I leave and you're still here, you'll see that and you can schedule it. Or you can go to my page, go straight to my page and you'll see it on my page. My next live is there and you can schedule it there. I was sounding like I was drunk, and but I wasn't. So that's what I'm saying. So things like that you'll notice when you listen to your recordings. You're so right. I went back and watched Second Live and didn't realize the blinking so much. Yes, yes, those things too. Yep. I didn't know what to say that are allowed. You said I don't know what to say words that I don't want to say words that are not allowed. Don't say words that you wouldn't say in church. Okay. That's just a quick answer. I don't know if that's totally true, but that's probably very close to being true. Okay. So if you wouldn't say it in church, don't say it here. Okay. Let me do it now for the 7 p.m. show. There we go. Never got that. And I'm level 11. Never got what, friend? Thanks for the reminder. How far in advance or how close should we schedule our lives? You can schedule up to 28 days. I think they give you 28 days of lives. What's the difference between all in personalized? All in personalized. What does that mean? I'm not picturing what you're saying. Um, so on practice mode, no one can see it. No one can see it because you're practicing and it doesn't go anywhere. Thank you all. Let's see. Appreciate you. Hey, Vibe Wellness, how you doing? You said schedule reminder, never got that message from you. Schedule reminder. Never, because at the end of my live, you never got it. I really meant like you really meant if I schedule my event 30 minutes or too close. I schedule mine sometimes 10 minutes before I go live if I forget to do it. Like say I might have scheduled out and I'm like, ooh, I'm on a day where I forgot to now start over again with scheduling way out. 5, 10 minutes before I go live. I usually go live on YouTube first, so it's usually about 10-minute difference. Anywhere 5 to 10 minutes difference. So it's just scheduled. You're saying in terms of words, I mean, literally, I wasn't joking about that. I mean, be careful about what you say. Don't say political names. Don't say people's names.
Don't say anything hate speech, harassing. Try to stay above the board in terms of the way you talk about things. If you are saying something, I tell you all the time, when you're on this app, be mindful of how you talk about things. What is it? Over Thanksgiving, you want to be careful at the table talking about money, politics, and religion. I would say be mindful of how you talk about those topics here. Um, you got to make sure you don't say things that are totally too polarizing. And if you use terms that are hateful in nature, in terms of derogatory, discriminatory words, then you can get risk of getting your account violated or banned. So again, be mindful of what you say, how you say it. You'll go to some other creators that are in your genre and see what they say. I mean, people are very colorful and expressive of how they use words, and their room kind of read between the lines and they get what they're saying. And that's totally fine. But be careful that you don't tilt in a way that is too extreme. Okay, so that's what I would tell you. So beyond that, go watch other creators, but you got to make sure you are not doing anything that's discriminatory, harassing, and hate speech. All right. Do you have two phones to go live on YouTube? I'm on my tablet, and on my phone. YouTube's tablet, TikTok's my phone. Yeah. Okay. Um, Thanks a lot. You're welcome. Hello, hello. How you doing, Luna? Appreciate you being here. Let's see. Number three. So we said schedule your live. With that scheduled live event, you are going to make sure, yeah, be careful about self-harm. So yeah, all that stuff. Yep. Yeah, you got to be careful. There's a whole nother list of things you cannot do. But in terms of, yeah, anything that's going to be dangerous, harmful, don't show kids on this app. I repeat, I know some of y'all got some cute kids, and I know they're precocious and they want to pop onto your screen. Do not let them do it. No kids on the app at all, ever. All right. So just make sure they're, in another room, or if you hear their little cute voice in the background, make sure it just stays in the background, but don't put them on the screen. Okay. Um, yes, you have to use unalive. Yeah, whenever you're talking about anything pertaining to unaliveness, you got to use unalive. Yes, anything surrounding that. Yes, that's on all platforms. I don't think that's a TikTok thing. I don't want you guys to say, "Oh, TikTok's so strict," but yeah, that's all platforms. That's the way people talk on media now. Um, we're not supposed to say in other streaming platforms. Yes. Why no kids? Because TikTok's protecting minors. You got to be 18 years and older to go live. And protecting minors, don't want to exploit them, don't want to put them in harm's way. So no kids. Aren't kids allowed? Protecting minors. So it's very much about not exploiting them. There's people out here who exploit their kids and exploit kids, and you have trafficking and all types of stuff that are out there. And so you got to be careful. So they're very much about protecting minors. So no kids. All right. So again, you got to be 18 years and older to go live. And so that's the rule. So anybody on the camera that is not 18 years and older, they are not supposed to be on the live. So just keep that in mind, you all. I want to make sure you guys keep your accounts protected. We all have kids. Y'all hear my little 6-year-old, his little squeaky voice in the background here and there, but he has never been on TikTok live. I've never had him on the camera. Um, how do you How do you get the heart that says Lisa? That was part of a campaign some months ago. I think it was like at the beginning of the year. And they gave it to, I can't remember what was the guidelines, but I think it's because I had been streaming so long that I had gotten that particular feature. Um, yeah, yeah, all those things, Jill. Yep, all those things. You got to be careful with kids. Okay, so let's go to the last couple. When you do your live event, the third thing I would say is post the content. Okay, number three, post the content. Okay, so you got to post that you're going live. We're marketing. If you are not telling people you're going live, how do the people know? You got to tell the people. Tell your followers. You got to make sure you have followers. You got to make sure you have content, and you got to post content about you going live. So you got to let the people know you are going live, that you're a live host, that you love going live.
that this is what you're going to do. You're going to talk to your people about your topic. So make sure you're posting content about it. You can add that live event to your post. There's links that you can add in that live event for your upcoming post. It's great to promote because people will see that content and they'll see that you are live and they can click it to register. Or if you're live, they'll see your little red circle and can join your live right then and there from the content. So post the content. You can add it to your story as another way to do it. All right, so you got to post the content. And then my fourth thing, and I'm gonna have to leave in about, you probably got me for another 10, 12 minutes, okay? Because I have to go pick up my little guy. I'm on mommy duty tonight. So here's what I'll tell you. When it comes to number 4, okay, I want you to be strategic. This is things that you must do before you go live. So if you are trying to get people to do something, your viewers, you want them to engage in a certain way, then you have to prepare for that. Okay? You have to plan and prepare for that. If you want them to become a super fan, what are you going to do about your super fan? What are you going to do to talk about your super fan? How are you going to engage them about your super fan? Super fan feature also allows you to pin it. So if you want to talk about your super fan, you can pin it and start talking about your super fan. So I want you to be strategic about, okay, what is my goal for this live? How do I want to improve and increase this thing, whether it's my super fan, whether it's my service plus, and I want to make sure people understand the benefits I offer about my service plus. And you can make your service plus a feature that I'm going to pin it in a second, but you can pin your service plus as well, talk about it so people understand how to get it. And you also can say, hey, if you get my service plus, I'll give you my discount code to my course if you send a certain gift. So you got to be strategic about how you set up your gifting, your viewer wishes, your service plus feature. So from a gifting perspective, you can change the verbiage here. So for right now, the Michael Jackson, you see where it says moonwalk equal cheers? You can change that to moonwalk equals service plus discount. So you can have people click that and they can get that item from you. So they send you a gift and they can get that. How do you obtain a discount? Well, that's part of your strategy. So if you're saying you offer a discount code, you can have people message you to get the service to get your discount code. You say you're amazing. Interesting topic. I was looking at your 3083, thinking I was my batteries. Oops. You're so funny. We talk about people in the room. Got you. How did you obtain it? So yes, it's up to you in terms of how you set a discount code. If you have like Stan, you can set that up easily with a discount code. How do you pin the moonwalk? All your gifts can be pinned. You can pin them. Yep. All of them can be pinned. And so just know it's up to you. That's why I want you guys to be thinking about what are you trying to do? What can I learn about all these things you are mentioning in number 4? Where can I learn? So where can I learn all these things? You can learn them by coming live and doing maybe a private live and playing around with the features. They're all in here. It's like, how do I learn about these things? Got you. For newbies, what is a good goal? A good goal for what, friend? Let me know. You said your battery was at 4%. You're so funny. How do you put the number 10 for all the wish lists? You just edit. You just click edit before you set the you said the wish list for my live goal. Live goal. That's what that's called. Because there is a feature called viewer wishes. This is viewer wishes. And I was going to show this in a second. Because this is another strategy, this thing here. You can change the words here in the gifts to have people interact. So when I say number 4 is the bag, I want you to think about what are you trying to get people to do? What do you want them to do in your room? How do you want them to engage? You know what I'm saying? So what are you trying to achieve? And then with that, you will create that type of engagement in your room. So if you want them to, I use the people who are like the tarot card readers. And if people want to get a reading from you, maybe your viewer wishes says, let me change this because this is annoying because I'm pointing in the other direction. So maybe your viewer wishes says a full reading, a mini reading. Yes, no questions. And there's gifts associated with that, the money gun, the galaxy, whatever you want to have. So you have to think through that. These are things you must do before going live. So you can set up these features correctly so you can get that engagement. Wink, wink. So you can get that engagement the way you want it. Because if you don't think about it and you don't do anything about it, you come live and then you're going to come back and say, Doc, I don't know why people don't click my Service Plus. I don't know why people don't want my super fans, because you're not talking about it. You're not telling people where it's at. You're not engaging with them about it. Where do you find it? Find what? Service, your wishes? What does being a super fan do? um, Superfan, there's some set features in there where you can do a superfan only chat, a superfan, so you can turn on the chat where only your superfans can chat with you, nobody else. So you can have that feature you can cut on. You can cut on superfan only. Well, you can have superfan only stickers. They're stickers just for your superfans. You said your time is up. It is almost up too. I just looked at the clock. I'm gonna go to right at 50. So I got another 7 minutes or so. Um, so you can do that. You can also do super fan only lives. That's a big one. A lot of people do that. So again, it just depends on what you're trying to do for your live stream. So teen mindset reset. Let me know which feature were you talking about. I didn't see your answer. Yes, viewer wishes list. Viewer wishes before you start the live is under the interact box. There's an icon box on the setup screen. Click that box, and that's where viewer wishes is located. And you can set it up before you start the live. Yep. Thank you so much, friend. I see you. Can you do that with regular fans too? Super fans pay for a subscription, and so they get the super fan only live. That's a feature you can turn on, and you can turn on this super fan only chats. Regular lives, no. I mean, unless you did a private live where you invited specific people, you could do that. You can invite your friends. It could be for everybody, your friends, so people who are considered your friends, or or specific people. That's the only way you can make it exclusive. If you you could do it, you can make an exclusive live where they can pay for it. That's a different setting, but no. So super fan is a feature for your super fans. They pay for that one. You said, what does the wish thing list thing do? Whatever you want it to do. So right now, TikTok put these words here. These are TikTok words. And so TikTok put the wink wink. TikTok made the second one a name shout out. These are things TikTok, this is a template that was already in there. I could change the words to this template. So I jokingly changed the words when you click the viewer wishes is under the three dots. I jokingly changed the word to pink pink. And now it says pink pink. TikTok has to approve it. So it just said it passed the approval. So you can't just put anything there. But it's whatever you want. And that's why I said the word on your screen, number 4, is about the bag. It is about the bag. It's about you being strategic on getting what you're trying to get out of your live stream. Okay. So when it comes to the bag is, are you trying to get more super fans? Are you trying to get your Service Plus and you're trying to get people to get your products or services rather? Are you trying to get more gifting from your gift goal? Like, what are you trying to do? And how do you strategically think about this before you go live so that you can make um, people engage in your live the way you want them to? Okay. Are you making money while being alive? Can you tell us the specific ways that you are making? I just gave you 5 right there. It's like, girl. So, yes, you are monetizing. That's the bag. You are monetizing, friends. Yes. Yeah. Let me say this, Sheba, because I see you're a brand new friend. Let me say that differently. You're just like, I don't understand this thing. You're a brand new friend. So the answer is yes. So the short answer is yes. There are different ways you can earn money on your live. Um, whether you're a TikTok shop affiliate, you are getting commission.
super fans. You are getting people who subscribe to your page. You said, I'm just learning. I know. I know when you said that question, I was like, well, yes, of course. Um, Quality engagement. Thank you, friend. When you're talking about Service Plus is the feature. Like if you have a service you offer, I do offer a service. I do coaching, I do consultations, I meet with people one on ones. That is something you could book with me. You could message me here. That's a feature you could turn on. Service Plus is also this feature here if you click the arrow in the corner. So when you say, are you monetizing off your live? You can monetize in different ways. And then ultimately TikTok is the gifting. You want people to engage. And I'll be quite honest with you. And I always say this to you guys just so you guys understand this. We are in a TikTok economy. And so the goal here is for people to engage in your live stream. You want them to support your live stream goals. You want them to engage all the time. This is not television. And if you are a viewer and you are not engaging when you go live, thank you, friend. Thank you, friend. When you go live and you want people to engage with your live, but you don't engage, which means you can't teach and talk about how to engage because you don't do it, but you want people to engage in your live stream, you got to be an engager also. Okay. So that first of all, you learn how to do it properly, but then also you can educate your community on how to support you. And then when you're being strategic, you understand how to get people to engage even further. Okay. Thank you, friends. Appreciate you guys coming through. Thank you all for supporting the live stream. Um, how do you make the little board with the gift in it? I missed that part. The little board with the gift in it. Your live goal, Brandon, is that what you're saying? What you mean, the little board with the gift? When I pin the live goal, this one here? Let me know if that's what you meant. Um, Thank you so much. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. You guys just starting out going live this week. All right, friend. That's awesome. How did you put the 5 on it? The 5. People click that GIF. People sent the wink winks. That's the number that people had sent. On your right side of the screen, right side of my screen. What are you asking me, Brandon? You talking about this viewer wishes? Are you talking about this here? Let me know. This is viewer wishes. Um, Say yes if that's what you're saying. Where the wink wink is. Yes. Okay. So this is called viewer wishes. There's a feature. Brandon, I don't know if it's on Live Studio. Somebody tell me. Viewer wishes is this a Live Studio feature? I don't think you get this. I don't know why I don't think you get this. I don't think you get it, but if you get it, that's great. Hey, no harm, no foul. But if you don't, oh, that's a missed opportunity. Okay. Um, Ali says, yes, it is. Okay, so it's there. That's good. That's good. That's good. Because Brandon uses Live Studio. That's the laptop version. How to level up? Do you have to send gifts? You do have to send gifts to level up. Um, like C2, like C2. You're talking about C2. You're talking about your league as a live host. No, that's different. You said I use Live Studio. Okay, perfect. Perfect. It's so better on the laptop. I know, but you got to have a good laptop. You have to be able to stream well. Your device has to be good because it takes so much RAM. Yeah, okay. I'll look. Thank you guys. You're welcome. You're welcome. So this is called viewer wishes, and that's where you want to be strategic. All right. You want to be strategic about what you're doing here. So, guys, I do have to go. I normally do stay longer. This has turned out to be like a 90-minute live. Um, so I normally would stay longer. So today I stayed 3 hours this morning because the conversation was so robust. So I apologize. I do have to go. I got mommy duty. My husband, this is graduation season. He's an administrator, so he has to be at the graduations. So he had to work late tonight. And my little guy, he needs to be picked up from school. So I'm gonna go pick him up. So you said, oh no. So I will be back. I'll be back tomorrow, 10 o'clock, definitely. I may pop in tonight. We'll see. I doubt it, though. I doubt I had time to be honest with you. But I will be back, all right? Tomorrow at 10 a.m. If you're not following me, definitely follow the live host. Where can I get the earlier live? I do stream, co-stream on YouTube. So the earlier live was on YouTube. It was. Now, obviously, features like I'm showing here, you don't see on YouTube. You don't see my board. You don't see all that stuff. You hear me talking, you hear me explaining things, but you won't be able to see the visuals. So that's the only thing about it. You said tomorrow it is. And so I'll probably do this live again. I usually rinse and repeat. Some of the stuff I'll add new stuff depending on time and I get to go a little slower and I can kind of express a little bit more. But just know that you can come back. I come back twice a day. I'm an agency owner and manager. So if you're interested in going live, go live and then you can join the agency also. So I do use this as a recruiting tool as well. Your YouTube is the same name, same name on the YT. Yep. So thank you all for being here. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Thank you all for the likes, the comments, the shares, the gifting, all the engagement. And remember, practice makes progress. You're not trying to be perfect. You're just simply trying to go live, okay? Thank you so much. You said great idea, Coach Stream. Yes, yes. I'm going to do a private live to play around. Okay. All right. All right. Take care. All right, friends. Talk to y'all later. Thank you so much, everybody. Appreciate you all. Bye-bye. Thank you, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.